What's up, everybody? This is Killer Arcade Games. I'm Chris, and earlier this month I was in Denver for a trip, so I stopped at some local arcades. They have a chain there called OneUp Arcade Bar. This is the Westminster location. They have 4 locations total. You're going to see 2 of them in this video. I could not make it to the other ones. This one is Westminster, like I said. It's in a shopping center. Just an unassuming building, but full of classic arcade games. The arcade is pay per play. I'm sorry, not free play. Tons of classic machines, though, as you can see right from the entrance here. It's pretty clear that whoever's the game tech or the owner of this place cares about keeping the CRTs in good condition, which I love to see. You know, I don't always knock arcades when they switch to LCDs, but it's always nice to see when an arcade has not only CRTs, but good-looking ones. Classic machines like Qbert, Outrun, Contra. We've got, I don't know what that is there, Jungle King, Ice Cold Beer. I played quite a bit of this. I'm not very good at it, apparently, but it was cool to see. I am going to pause right here for just a second. I like this old school, kind of like a retro Nook. I don't know, a nostalgia Nook. It was pretty cool to see. They had CRT TVs in here running Mario 64. I'm not sure if it was just running a video loop or if it was actually the 64 running it, because I don't see a Nintendo 64 in there. But either way, a cool thing to see. I've kind of done the same thing on my shelves back here. We have a Nintendo wall here. Lots of classics. I will say a lot of these games are before my time. I didn't really enter arcades truly until about '92, so don't hold that against me. But a lot of fun classics here. I believe some of those are kind of rare to see. We also have a huge pinball section in here. I think it was $1 per play for all the machines. They kind of borrowed the idea from the arcade in Wichita, Kansas, where they have cameras looking down on the machines, and then they can show people behind you on the TVs what the actual gameplay is looking like. Pretty cool thing. I thought that was genius. First time I've ever seen it, and the only time I've ever seen it is at the arcade in Wichita, Kansas. Go check that place out as well. A lot of the machines were not just the basic pro models. In fact, this Harry Potter machine we're looking at now was, I think, the top of the line one, and it was a lot of fun to play. I'm not a big Harry Potter guy, but I found it to be a really good time. We've got Guitar Hero, Walking Dead, a couple redemption-style machines, or games of chance, if you will. I didn't bother playing those. Super Checks, don't see those very often. That's that Sinden-based light gun game that I've been seeing here and there. Pretty cool. Fast and the Furious, Linked Racers, which was fun to see. South Park Pinball. You have to have a South Park Pinball if you're in Denver, right? I actually really like that table. I'm a South Park fan, but anyway. That was a disc of Tron. These are all more modern arcades. I don't have anything against these, but I'm not going to play these per play. I'm not going to pay to play them per play, if that makes sense. NBA Jam, Open Ice, NFL Blitz 2000, nice little sports row there. I do want to stop really quickly here. Behind that NBA Jam, there is another row of games that I failed to record, which is crazy because it has my favorite arcade game of all time on it. It was Killer Instinct. There's a few others, and I just can't remember off the top of my head, but I was pretty upset I forgot to record that. Or maybe I thought I was recording it and it wasn't actually recording, but just so you know, there is another row of games there, about 4 machines, and I totally missed them. I apologize. Moving on, Jurassic Park, Halo. I've been playing a little bit of that Jurassic Park here at home. I've just upgraded my light gun main cab, and that's what I've been playing on. All right, we got basketball, skee-ball. Look at the art on the walls, by the way. Pretty awesome. Cruisin' Blast. More games of chance over there, or I don't know, prize games we should call them, I guess. Got the Mario Kart 4 player, perfect for the wall art behind it. Alpine Racer, it's like a refresh of the original old school huge rear projection monitor machine. And we have Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 and Tekken 2. So yeah, pretty cool to see. We also had a Zoltar. I don't know why I chose not to try that machine. I have the mini version up here on a shelf, and I've never actually tried a full size. I should have probably thrown another $1 down because I think it was $1 to try it out, but it would have been cool to see it. I regret not trying it out. Overall, I had a good time at the place. Since it's pay per play, I think a lot of the machines are in a little bit better shape than most of the free play based arcades because they're not getting beat up by kids constantly for free. You actually have to pay to play them, and once you run out of money, you leave, which is not something we see a lot nowadays. I kind of liked the pay per play model. I was there about 2 hours, and I only spent about $10. Now, I will say this too, if you are good at paying attention to arcade games or tuned into them like I am, you'll probably find a lot of games with credits already on them. I guess kids get a hold of tokens and they just start pumping them in and they leave behind games. So I was able to play for free quite a bit, really. Same thing with the pinball. I don't know if people would get a free play after and walked away already. So I found quite a few that were already ready to be played, which was nice. We're gonna move on to the LoDo location, which is in the downtown area. It's quite a bit smaller. So this location was actually a little tough for me to find. I started thinking it may not really be there anymore, and then I realized it's downstairs. So in we go downstairs, and again, pay per play. There's their token changer. They have skee ball. Even though it's a smaller location, they have a good variety of machines. They have modern, they have older machines. Like right there, we've got all the shooters that are sandwiched in there from different eras. We got an MK2. There's actually MK2 Plus, which was awesome to see. Again, that's a little hint that whoever runs or owns this place takes pride in their machines. They're not just throwing them in there to make money off of you. Here we go again with a Tron. We have a photo booth, and I didn't play that, of course. I don't need a bunch of pictures of myself. Basketball game. We have the stuffed animal claw machine there. Again, another Mario Kart 4 player. I'm sure those are a big draw. Also another South Park pinball machine. I had to be a little careful on recording this one because there were people in here, so I kind of went faster than I'd like to, and that also made for a shakier camera. So if you want to see more details of the machines, just stop it and pause it. I apologize for that. Blitz machine, I think that's the only one I saw with an LCD inside. I can forgive that since it's a more modern, or it's a medium res machine and looks better at least. Got a Ninja Turtles classic machine, an NBA Jam classic. They had good music playing in there with a subwoofer hidden behind that area somewhere there. Fun posters on the wall, a good place to sit and hang out. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker poster. More modern Pac-Man machine there, and I believe we're almost done. But we also have a nostalgia nook here as well, running an SNES. Look at all that stuff. I love that. I think that's such a great touch to have at an arcade. Again, that one was a smaller location. That's why I'm not making separate videos for each location. I think one video will suffice. Personally, I had a good time at both of these locations. I was down there for a concert, so I was in the downtown area already. I just walked right over to the arcade, had some fun, and then headed over to the venue for the concert. So if you're in the area, I highly recommend these, so please check them out. Please support your local arcade or arcades when you're out of town like I do. It's not very often we find these arcade locations anymore. They are seeming to make a kind of a comeback. There are some mega cities for arcade visits, in my opinion. You're going to see a video from me in the future about one of those, and it's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Dallas-Fort Worth area is loaded with arcades, and it recently got one of the, actually the biggest arcade in Texas. I believe they have 430 machines in there. That one is mostly based on free play, so if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more arcade content so you don't miss that video. That will be coming soon. I've also done a video on the legendary Galloping Ghost. When I was there, it was under 1,000 machines. I believe now they have over 1,000 machines. Really good time. I plan to go back soon and get a new video from the place. All that said, if you want to see more arcade tours, I do believe I have a arcade tours playlist that will pop up somewhere on the screen or in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you've been to these locations. Let me know your experience with them, or just what you think of their game selection in general. I thought it was pretty solid. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video.